guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. I'm back here at Jerry Ohm Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram in sunny Tampa, Florida, and we have a MOPAR comparison that you guys are gonna wanna share all over your social media sites. We're gonna compare two 2020 Dodge Chargers, but what we have are not only Scat Pack Chargers, but we have the narrow body standard Charger Scat Pack, comparing it to that new wide body edition Scat Pack. And I know that we've kind of covered them here on Rady's Rides, but how much better is it to feature both together at the same time so you could really see what you're getting for that extra money when you go the wide body route. But let's talk a little bit about MOPAR or no car motor parts. That's where that shortened phrase comes from, MOPAR, and so many MOPAR fans out there swear and die by the sword of their Dodge, their Plymouth, or their Chrysler vehicle. And with these two Dodges, we're talking about that meaty muscle car performance. We truly are in an age of muscle car version 2.0, but it all started in the classic days. 1966 was the first year of the Dodge Charger as a muscle car like we know it. And fast forward to the 21st century, no car company, foreign or domestic, is bringing retro muscle car fun, performance, style, and flavor than Dodge is. And with these two Chargers, definitely they've hit the nail on the head 20 times over and then knocked the ball out of the park all together in one part. So let's go ahead. We're gonna dive into these two 2020 Dodge Charger Scat Packs. We're gonna start off with the narrow body and then we're going wide body. Right off the bat, you'll notice that beautiful color indigo. Love it, especially in this Florida sun. Narrow body, obviously just a little bit narrower without those huge flared fenders, but there's some other things that come when you go the flared fender route. Now you'll see full LED headlighting, daytime running lamp, very, very nicely done. I love the way it integrates into the grille. Now on the narrow body Charger Scat Pack, you do get functional fog lamps down below. They're surrounded by flat black, really clean. I love the way they extend that front fascia down at an angle. It's gonna help with airflow. It's also gonna help with giving you some downforce on the front end of the car. Now, as we come across the grille, this is what you really wanna focus on because this grille is unique to the Charger Scat Pack narrow body. I do like the addition of the extra air intakes. This is all functional. You have your Scat Pack badging with that classic bumblebee that goes all the way back to the original muscle car days on MOPARs. Down below, same flat black design, and you can see just how far that splitter extension comes out from the front fascia. It's all one piece, which is really nice. Up on that hood, you have your massive air intake with that power bulge. You know, having a power bulge is a muscle car thing that just is that connection to performance. Really beautiful hood, but let's go ahead and see what we're doing wide body. Now wide body, you're looking at almost 3 extra inches of width. There's the addition of that flared fender up front. I really love the way the flared fender waterfalls all the way down into the bottom portion of the front fascia. Of course, for 2020, Dodge wants you to take off that PDI protective film, so they made it bright pink. I think more people are falling in love with the pink. Hey, show your masculinity. Pink is not a girl's color, it's a guy's color too. And that's why it's on this wide body. Now, you'll have the same exact headlight design as the narrow body, but here's where it gets different. Besides the front fenders, you drop down, this whole air intake area is totally separate. So it is functional, you're losing the fog lamps. I say lose those fog lamps and get the fender flares. We come across the grille, this whole front fascia here, totally different. Now you're still gonna get the same extension down, the same portion that sticks out, but this top grille area is totally redesigned, flat black, even a different grille shape because you have this open air intake on the bottom instead of on the sides. You still get, of course, that same Scat Pack bumblebee badging. You drop down, you got the flat black, but really adds to the extra menacing look of the Charger. Now, when you get up on the hood, you're gonna get the same exact functional center scoop on the hood, just like on the narrow body. And I'm telling you, these two together are nothing but bad to the bone. But why don't we go ahead, let's take a lap around each of these and really showcase the differences between the narrow body and the wide body. Let's go ahead and start with the narrow body. All right, guys, time to go around the narrow body in that indigo color. We come around the bend. What are we working with? Wheel and tire setup. So basically you're looking at a 20-inch wheel, beautiful gunmetal gray, 245 on the width, and that's a 45 series sidewall. You're gonna have four piston, bright red Brembo calipers, great name when it comes to braking capability. And then behind this massive wheel, you're gonna have those dinner plates there. Those are your rotors. They're slotted and they're ventilated to help dissipate the heat. But like I said, narrow body, narrow wheel and tire setup. Now going into the fender, super clean. You get some tasteful 392 Hemi badging. Now what is the 392? Is that a math problem? No. What it is, this has a 392 cubic inch naturally aspirated V8. That's how they used to really showcase the numbers back in the muscle car days. You talked about cubic inches, not liters per se. Color matched on the mirror caps. You're gonna have a nice size sunroof, which is great. Flat black all the way around the window treatment. Color matched on the door handles. And then you have a very, very tasteful lower sill area that flares out towards the rear. Now out back, not Outback Steakhouse, but out back on this Charger, still the same width, 245s. You still have a slotted and ventilated rotor, and then you have your two piston calipers back on the rear. So you're not getting more meat at all anywhere at any of the four corners. You're probably gonna have to go to Outback, get yourself a larger steak. But when we get to the tail end of the business, you get a very, very tasteful flat black trunklet spoiler. I love the way it actually extends past where the actual trunk is, and I like the way it's flat black because those flat colors is what was synonymous with the muscle car era. I think Dodge does it better than everybody when it comes to their taillights. So identifiable, and they're full LED all the way across. You got your Scat Pack badging, Charger badging all blacked out, and then super clean on the rear bumper area. So you have a nice, tasteful, clean bumper with those slash cut oval tip exhausts. Gonna give you that great V8 rumble. Let's go check out the wide body and see what's different. All right, guys, time to go around this beautiful wide body. As we come around the bend, that flared fender, look what we're working with. Totally different wheel and tire setup. So now you have this still gunmetal gray, but the design is just stunning of this wheel. 20-inch wheel. Now, instead of 245, we're talking about 305s, 35 series sidewall. So you have four steamrollers on the wide body Charger. When it comes to braking, look what they've done. It's not just about tacking on these fenders. You're gonna get massive 6-piston Brembo calipers the size of Ronald McDonald's head, and you're getting 2-piece rotors. So these rotors actually dissipate heat better than the rotors on the narrow body Charger. They're slotted, they're 2-piece, and they're fully ventilated. Plus, the suspension has been tuned specifically for the wide body. This car, even though it weighs around 4,300 pounds, can actually handle a lot better than the other one because of the extra rubber, even though it does weigh a little bit more. That's what MOPAR No Car is all about. Now, when we go into that fender, you're still gonna get that same great badging, 392 cubic inches. Is that a Hemi under the hood? Hell yeah, there's a Hemi under the hood. Same sunroof, same color matched mirror caps, same on the bottom down here for the sill. The only difference is that you have a flared out portion up front to collect that front fender flare, and then they bring it back, then they flare it out, and then it starts all over again. So you get to live your fender flares 4 corners at a time. Out back, you're still looking at 305s, same 4-piston calipers as what's on the narrow body, and the same slotted and ventilated rotor to the rear. But you're getting those 305s instead of those little tiny weeny skinny 245s, 305s. Let's go to the back. When it comes to the trunk, you're gonna get that beautiful flat black trunklet spoiler, just like the narrow body. Everything else at the back is the same. Same Scat Pack badging, blacked out on the Charger, the beautiful LED taillights, and very, very nicely done on the diffuser. Now, it's a little different. This portion right here is a little different. They gave a little bit more aesthetic design than what's on the narrow body, but it definitely looks mean from any which way you look at this thing. Let's pop the hoods and check out no replacement for displacement. All right, guys, we got the hoods popped on these two modern muscle cars. You're gonna get hydraulic struts. What do we have? Like I said, that old saying, no replacement for displacement. Naturally aspirated Hemis. You're looking at the 6.4 liter V8. Now, no matter if you go narrow body or wide body, you're getting the same 6.4 liter V8. That's 485 horsepower, 475 pound-feet of torque. The narrow body weighs a little bit less. It weighs around 4,255 pounds. The wide body comes in at 4,385 pounds. Both of these are mated to the same ZF 8-speed automatic transmission. MPGs, 15 in the city, 24 on the highway, 0 to 60 in 4.2 seconds for the narrow body, 0 to 60, 4.3 seconds for the wide body. Quarter mile though, pretty much goes by at the same rate. And if you're living your life a quarter mile at a time, these cars are nothing but the business for you. You're looking at a quarter mile at 12.4 seconds. So the wonderful thing is this is usable horsepower. So many people message to me and say, hey, should I get the Scat Pack? Do I need the Hellcat? Trust me, 717 horsepower isn't necessarily a bad thing, but if you're gonna daily drive your car, these have the usable power to get it to the ground. But why don't we go ahead, let's fire one of them up and see what it sounds like. All right, guys, we're gonna start off. We're gonna do the passenger side of the narrow body, then we'll do the driver's side of the wide body. But I know you're probably saying, well, Joe, I like the narrow body. I actually like the narrow body more. How much is it? MSRP for this Scat Pack narrow body is $50,700. Let's see what you get for the money. Now, for all 2020 models, Dodge did something so smart. They smoothed out the top portion of the door panels there, so it's got a nice smooth finish. Love the contrast stitching, and I love on the Charger, the back portion of the door panel has that diagonal contrast stitching. You don't get that on the Challenger. I actually like that better. A little bit of silver trim down below. You could put 2 Big Macs and a nice bottle of Coca-Cola, because that's all Americana right there. When we go from the door panel to the dash, see what I'm telling you about? The smooth finish. So much better than the elephant skin. You still get that great 392 Scat Pack badging. And then very, very nice the way that they did the infotainment system and gauge setup on the Chargers. So you're gonna get that 8.4-inch Uconnect system on both of these. You got your performance pages, you got your launch control, line lock to do your nice burnout. You could go into your different drive modes, but watch this. You could also go into your climate controls. So nice that they have full controls, ventilated and heated seating in your muscle car, plus a heated steering wheel just for the hell of it. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, tasteful on the start stop button. If you don't want to touch the screen, you could do everything right here, which is really nice. You drop down a little bit more and here's your AC controls. You drop down a little further, you're gonna have a cubby here for maybe a Twinkie or two, especially if you're drag racing. Give the person you just blew the doors off a Twinkie. There's nothing that says, hey, I just beat you and it feels good. Here's a Twinkie. That's the best feeling in the world. 12 volt, you got a little cubby here. Now this is for your time slips. Every time you go down the quarter mile, keep track of those times. Hopefully you're getting faster and faster. 8-speed ZF automatic transmission. Let's put it into reverse so you can see the backup camera. You do have trajectory. Here's another word to the wise. If you are taking this to the drag strip and you're just using the radials that are on the car, do not go in the water box. Do not go in the burnout box and do a big smoky burnout. It's actually gonna hurt you because those water droplets are gonna get stuck in between the tread, and then when you leave the line, when the tree goes yellow, you wanna leave on yellow, it actually will just spin your tires. And the reason why you wanna go on yellow is that when you see it and you go on yellow, by the time you hit the throttle, it's gonna be green. So that's a little tip from me to you. Nice little lid, open it up. Here is your standard Dodge key fob. You have remote start. You can pop the trunk remotely. If you get in pink slips, just have the owners throw in the pink slips to their cars right in the trunk area and tell them to close it for you. That closes nice, super soft on the armrest. Lift this up, look at this. You got a party tray in here, which is great. You can put your peanut M&Ms, some breath mints in there, some Fireballs. You got another 12 volt, 2 USBs, and an aux jack. And then these seats, they look really great on the Indigo. This nice tan Alcantara material. The leather is great. Of course, you're gonna have your electric seat controls for the passenger and for the driver. And like I said, you're getting a nice style sunroof. I think my only zonk is that you don't get a frameless auto dimming mirror. You get an auto dimming mirror, but it's not a frameless auto dimming mirror. I'm really falling in love with these MOPAR products the more that I get behind the wheel. But let's go over to the wide body because I want to show you behind the business end. All right, guys, business time behind the wheel of whether you're in the wide body or the Scat Pack. You do have 2 memory seat settings, which is nice. There's your power seat controls, which are easy to get to. Steering wheel has a great thickness to it. I wish they would do something a little sexier with the horn button, especially SRT, street and racing technology. That would look great there. You do have paddles. They are on the smaller side, which is another zonk. But one thing that is not a zonk is the dash. You're getting a beautiful digital display in the center there where you could toggle through a plethora of information, which is great. And then you have your analog tach, analog speedometer, and they're done in that beautiful retro style design. One thing I'm sure you're probably wondering is, well, Joe, how much is this? So $50,000 for the Charger narrow body. This one is a tick under $56,000. So you're looking at around $6,000 for the package. Let's go ahead. Let's check out the back seat and see how your passengers are gonna be crapping themselves as you're doing a smoky burnout. All right, guys, back seat time. And this is the beauty of the Charger over the Challenger, is that you get this back seat area, 4 doors, easy to get in and out of. This is the true family muscle car. Love the leather material, a little bit of plastic, which is kind of weird, but then they finish it off with leather. So I'm gonna half zonk this plastic portion. You do get 2 USBs, heated seats, and rear AC, pockets for both passengers. Have your passengers, especially if they're your kids, as you're winning people's cars by racing them for pinks, have them put the pink slips in those pockets. Armrest, this is the mother of all armrests. Look at that thing. Soft, open this up. This could be for the winning Skittles for the kids. So fill this up with Skittles, 2 cup holders, and then they're getting that same great Alcantara with the leather. Let's go ahead back over to the wide body, check out the trunk, and see if those wider wheels and tires can fit in it. All right, guys, time to check out the trunk space. Now, what's nice is that if you are gonna go to the strip, you could put some nice drag radials on there, already have them mounted on the wheels, because look at it, tons of space back here, lots of room. The seats will do the 60-40 tango, makes it real versatile as a daily driver, as a fun car for the weekends, and as a toy to go rip down the drag strip. But since we're talking about ripping down the drag strip, let's go ahead. We got them, so we're gonna smoke them. Let's take these 2 for a spin. All right, guys, we're leaving Jerry Olm Dodge. Technically, it's Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. We're in the 2020 Charger Scat Pack narrow body in indigo. Beautiful color. We're gonna start off this one, see how she drives, see how she rides, and then we will switch to the wide body. But right away, nobody, like I said, does the muscle car look and feel like Dodge is doing. And especially that big, huge bulge in the hood. It's important. It's important to have that muscle car look to go with the performance, because guess what? You do have performance, 485 horsepower from 6.4 liters of naturally aspirated V8. Sounds good to me. Sign me up. But the Charger rides really, really well. And that's another great piece of news, is that you could daily drive this with no problems whatsoever. Or it could be your weekend toy as well, whatever you prefer, or take it to the strip. Lots of choices. Very, very good to have choices. But with that naturally aspirated V8, you're gonna have a nice linear power delivery, nice torque curve that's linear and just pulls all the way through. All right, guys, pulling out on throttle. Here we go, drops down. Great sound from that V8. Really, really hustles up the speed very quickly. And surprisingly, we got the power down. So that's another good piece of news. Even with the 245s, we're getting a decent amount of power down. I want to do an acceleration test from a dead stop and see how we do going that direction. All right, guys, acceleration test time. Dead stop, left foot brake, on throttle, smoke them if you got them. A little bit of smoke coming off the back. She is off and running, but that's where those 305s, I really feel from a dead stop, you're gonna get obviously more traction to the ground with the 305s rather than the 245s. But still, I mean, it wasn't anything too crazy to where we were just sitting there spinning like you would in a Hellcat Red Eye for sure. But overall, the drive, I have it in sport mode, so that's gonna adjust the different settings within the car, really allow it to perform exactly the way that you want it to. And you have the 4-door capability. So you have that perfect family muscle car where you could have a great time, take the kids, share the car passion with the family. Why does it gotta be just about you? A family that drag races together stays together. Guys, pulling away from the light. Throttle is great on these cars. Really super smooth, super crisp. It's almost like you have a throttle cable that's still there. But like I said, once you want to get back on throttle, she goes, drops down, and you're off and running. And the shifts are just so smooth. I like the way it holds on to that gear, keeps the revs up for when you're ready to get back in it. It really is a fun driving car. And the wide body just takes it to the next level. It really does. It just takes it to the next level, and I can't wait to get behind the wheel of that black one. We've been behind the wheel of others. I want to drive that one especially. Guys, we're gonna get back to Jerry Ohm Dodge, swap seats, and get behind the wheel of that Scat Pack Widebody. So I'll see you in a split second. All right, guys, we did the narrow body. Now we're in the wide body. I tell you, the black it's sinister, but let's go ahead. On throttle, here we go. Wow. The sound of the V8 and just the way the power gets to the ground. That is what is so awesome about either of these. But definitely you got more contact patch in the wide body than on that narrow body. Now going through this roundabout, I could feel the suspension difference. Even though I'm not doing 100 miles an hour, you could feel the suspension difference between the narrow body and the wide body. And you know, we've done a wide body Charger Scat Pack on here where I took it down some twisty bits, and it does handle really, really well. I mean, you're going from 245s to 305s, so that's really a no-brainer. But same great inside on the interior. I'm actually digging the interior color in here just because it's a little darker, but still overall, seats are comfortable. If you're looking for lateral support, you're not gonna get much in a Charger or a Challenger, but definitely for like straight line acceleration, super, super comfortable. All right, guys, just, I'm telling you, the attention you get, one of these people look, they hear the roar of that 6.4 liter V8, it's unbelievable. But this is my favorite part. On throttle, here we go. Yeah. The way it drops down so quick, and the shifts, the 8-speed is so fast. Dodge was not lying when they said that it shifts within nanoseconds. They were not lying one bit. And then the best part is, either of these, as a daily driver, they're comfortable as can be. The suspension just soaks everything up. Inside, the interior is great. I'm falling more and more in love with these. I really, really am. I love the steering wheel on the wide body, the flat bottom, the leather all the way around. They got rid of that corny plastic that just looked a little too plasticky. They got rid of it. So that itself is really, really wonderful. Let me go ahead and make a U-turn here and see how that goes with the wide body. I'm gonna think that it's gonna be no biggie whatsoever. But visibility is great in either of these. Making a U-turn on throttle. Here we go. Whoa, going a little sideways. Going sideways never hurt anybody. There we go. That felt good. But that's what's great about these cars. They're just fun. They're just fun cars to drive. And I get it, man. A Camaro may be faster around a road course or whatever, Mustang, a GT350, but there's just something very, very special and unique about this car. All right, guys, do one more acceleration from a total dead stop. Left foot braking, on throttle, here we go, smoke them if you got them, launching away. A screaming tire is a happy tire, I'll tell you that right now, and it definitely translates into a happy driver. What can I say? If it was my money, I would be going wide body for a multitude of different reasons. Not only the look, but the extra braking capability, the suspension work. It just, for me, it makes more sense. If you're gonna go, just go all the way. But we're gonna go ahead, we gotta get this back to Jerry Ohm Dodge. We're gonna wrap this up and I'll see you in a split second. All right, guys, it's been a muscle car kind of day here on Rady's Rides, and I'm so glad that we could share with you. I gotta thank, though, J-Rod and the rest of the crew at Jerry Ohm Dodge, getting us not only one, but two Charger Scat Packs, narrow body versus wide body. I really think it comes down to what your taste is. I know that the wider fender look isn't everybody's love, but you know what? For $6 grand, not only are you getting that extra body fender flare, you're getting the different front fascia, the upgraded suspension, the upgraded wheels and tires, and those brakes. Those calipers up front are the size of Ronald McDonald's freaking head. So you be the judge on which way you want to go, but the great news is we have options, and both options you don't lose. But if it's cars like these that you want to keep seeing on Rady's Rides, leave a comment in the comment section. If you're new and you're on your way out, hit the subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Rady's Rides family. If you want to help us keep making great content like we are, leave a comment in that comment section. And also click the link in the description, get yourself some Rady's Rides merch. Got to give it out to Muscle Guns McGee. His muscles are actually a little bit bigger. Whenever he's around muscle cars, his muscles get a little bit bigger. So thank you, Tom, for your hard work. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.